Interesting. Dark Knight. Must be one long cutscene. Very long cutscene. Gun guard should be on. Gonna embrace. I don't know why she's not healing. 6, steady. Huh. Should be an embrace. Hey, what's up, Zalston? Trying to figure out why my pet wasn't healing. I haven't figured this whole scholar thing out yet. Well, this is kind of a fun cutscene, though. Crystal. I've already seen these cutscenes, but they're just still kind of cool. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why my healer wasn't healing, why my pet wasn't healing. Order pet to leave the battlefield. Heal. Hmm. Okay. Summons the female when the set to guard automatically casts embrace. Okay. I guess she was healing supposedly. I guess she was healing. No, it was a four. We were a light dungeon. Was considered light, which means there was only four of us in there. Um, in Final Fantasy, people were doing the main story quest, so you saw two people hadn't done that before, so they were watching the cutscenes. So when I came out of the cutscene, one person had already zoned out of the dungeon, and you saw two other people that were just watching the cutscene. All right, so I am on my scholar, level 33 scholar. We are going to do another duty finder. I'm still dealing with all this stuff draining out of my throat and out of my nose. It's awful. All right. So we have to go to here, uncheck this. Here, we're going to try to do maybe this instance and join. The good thing about being a healer is I get instant cues, man. Like instant. And as also I was learning how to hire a retainer who can sell stuff for me. And then you could even have these retainers. You can even make them a certain class and send them out on missions for you, just like in kind of in Warlords of Draenor, where you would send people out on missions for you. All right. And here we have what looks like. I think this person is. It's another dragoon. Oh, duty commenced. I'm not the tank, so I'm not leading the way. I am just the healer. You can see my little fairy here is actually healing. So when you're a healer, Zalston, it's like you don't even have to do anything. You only have to heal when someone takes massive damage. Like my fairy will literally cast these heals. Like this person here is taking a little bit of damage. And they ran so far ahead of me so I can run up and heal them. Only because they're taking massive damage right now. Yeah. It's pretty... It's not really boring. It's easy. I mean, it gets harder as the dungeons get harder, then it becomes more difficult because you have to move around and not get hit. And you also, as a healer, have to do damage. So you have to start, DPSing and healing and moving so you don't get hit. So it's not really, it's boring, I think, in these low levels. because it's just easy. But as the game gets more and more difficult, supposedly it gets more fun. I don't know. I'm just waiting for Elyon. Once Elyon comes out, I'm gonna be playing a lot of Elyon. This is more fun than playing WoW. Because you're working, at least in this game, I'm working towards something. You know, you're working towards leveling different classes and leveling your professions and, you know, actually making money. And WoW, it's like I feel like I'm really not playing for anything almost anymore. When I play PvP in WoW, it's not even fun anymore. I haven't figured out how to PvP in this game yet. It's not supposed to be pretty bad, though. Yeah, I think the combat in this game is one of the worst things about the game. I think the combat's pretty bad. Just like not, it's not horrible, but it's not as good as like, you know, WoW or Black Desert or Terra or Guild Wars 2 or many of the MMOs that are out there. Yeah, it's like a salamander or something. Creepy looking. Stuck. I can't move. Yeah. I was like CC'd there for some reason. Oh, now we got a dragon here? Oh. We got a green dragon. He's blowing some poison. Go. Guess you took off. I bet here comes that green dragon again. Maybe? Here he comes. So, you have to pay attention. I mean, you can't fall asleep while you're healing, but it's not difficult. I'm sure, like I said, when the dungeons get more difficult, it'll get more difficult. Yeah, Bernie. I mean, I've never been out of ARR, but I'm sure, like I said, people tell me that once you get higher up, they're going to get more difficult. So, yeah, I know it gets harder and harder. Right now, it's low level as a scholar. It's pretty easy. But here we can go up to the summoning bell here, and I have a retainer that I hired. And then when you hire the retainer, you can customize their look. So here's my retainer, Morning Mist, and you give them a name, and then you can store items with them. They can sell stuff for you, and you can look at how much money you've made so far. Like I can say, entrust or withdraw money, and so far she's got 10,213 Adina. So I've already made that much, just using her to sell stuff. And then we can go to sell items, and we can see that these are the items that I'm currently selling. So let's see if we won anything. I don't know if we did or not. Let's go to Armory Chest. And Steel Broadsword. This is ugly. I would never use this, so click the compare prices, and we can see that 1,000. I'll sell it for. We'll see if. We'll just sell for 950. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I heard it much in the higher level, different versions of the game higher, when you get to the expansions and you get into those higher level difficult raids and stuff, it gets really difficult. But right now it's easy, so. And let's see, 850. Nah. What else we got? Anything else? Oh, those are ugly. Yeah, that's why they only sell for 22 Adina. Good enough for now. Okay. But nobody plays this game, right? Like, nobody plays Final Fantasy. This game is so packed with people. Like, it's crazy. Some guy was doing a rock concert last night. He had an electric guitar and he was playing My Chemical Romance songs on it and stuff. He was a bard, obviously. Well, I can tell you one thing: the quests that you do for the jobs, like when you're doing your quests to, like, let's say to learn how to be an archer, or their quests to learn how to be like a dark knight or whatever, they're really good. I mean, they're really good. The best quests I've ever seen. I mean, the story, the RPG content in Final Fantasy is the best I've ever seen in an MMO, hands down. It's not even close. It's just you just have to really understand that when you're playing this game, that's what you're going to get. And I haven't gotten past the ARR content, and I keep hearing that once I get past the ARR content, it gets better and better and better. But I didn't really enjoy the Paladin that much, so I'm actually playing the Scholar right now, and I've got her to level 34, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I'm level 34. I'm just trying to learn the game. It's a good game. It's certainly not on par with like it's so far it's a good game, and the more I play it and the more I learn about different things in the game, the more I like it. But it's not one of those games that because I really value combat systems. I really value enjoyable combat. So that's the one thing in this game that really hurts. That hurts me a lot because I can't like I mean I love Black Desert because I can just go into Black Desert and I don't do it much anymore because I've played the game so much. But I used to be able to just log into Black Desert and play for hours and hours just going out and killing stuff because the combat was so fun and the world's so beautiful. Um, yeah, you've unlocked every job. Yeah, I've got currently I have the paladin at level 50. Level 50 paladin. I have a level 7 archer, which sucks by the way. Archer, like you can't really see the arrows you're shooting. I not a big fan of the archer. I gotta tell you. Level 9 conjurer, which is pretty cool. I like the conjurer. Level 34 arcanist, and I like the arcanist. Very cool. And level 34 scholar. And it's cool because as you level a scholar, you're still leveling. You're still leveling your arcanist as well. Yeah, yeah. The combat on like melee low level is crappy, and the combat on the archer is there's just no impact. You're shooting arrows. It feels like there's no impact when you hit anything. You can't even see your arrows. If I'm playing an MMO and I'm using a bow, I want to be able to see my arrows flying through the air and hit the target. I have a hard time in Final Fantasy even seeing my arrows. You know what I mean? And that's not going to work for me. You know what I mean? That is not going to work. I don't know what this guild heist is. Supply and provisioning missions. I need to we'll see. Huh. What's this one? Ooh, this one's more difficult. Yeah, I don't like the archer. The bard I haven't played. The bard I think would be more fun than the archer because you're like buffing and doing things, but the archer straight up, yeah, don't like it. I'm just waiting for Elyon. When Elyon comes out, I'm gonna be playing a lot of Elyon because Elyon has a really good combat system, and I'm gonna be trying to skill up in Elyon and try to do some PvP in Elyon and see how well I can progress doing PvP in that game because I just think that PvP in that game is gonna be pretty grindy, but I think it'll be fun. So what do we have for a tank? We have another a warrior. What's the warrior icon? This is this guy, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a tank, so yeah, I'm not gonna go attack the boss. I guess our tank doesn't want to tank, or he's just thinking about it. He's like, I don't know, maybe. Look, he put up all his defense. Look, he threw up his defensive abilities right off the bat. We'll see how this works out for him. Kill the heart. Kill the heart. Oh yeah, that's not gonna feel good. You like out of range or something? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, Scholar's like kind of like a disc grease, but I don't have any shields though. At least not at this level. This level I can't shield anybody, but I have a healing dot, and I have a healing dot that heals everybody in the group, and I have, you know, I have a healing dot that heals everybody in the group, and then my fairy does little tiny little, heals. The fairy casts Embrace right here, which restores target's HP, cure potency 150. And then I have Whispering Dawn, which heals all nearby party members over 21 seconds. And then I have Physic. Oh, I also have Whispering Dawn. That's the same thing, right? Yeah, that's Whispering Dawn. Ooh, I've got this one. What does this do? Ooh, so I've got a new big heal. Okay, 4. This is a bigger heal, which nullifies damage. Also grants catalyze nullifying damage. Is this a shield too? This is like additional effects grants galvanize to the target, nullifying damage. So this is like a shield. This like heals plus adds like looks like a shield. So that's cool. So we've got that here. Yeah. And we are level what, 34? Yeah. The other thing we could do, I don't even know what this. It's basic training. We just did that one, the naval, just for fun. Just for shits and giggles. We haven't unlocked this one yet. But it should unlock once I reach level 35. That represents the shield. Oh, I should do my basic training. So do you need to do basic training for each class? Okay. I guess I'll have to do basic training then. And I did it for the paladin. I haven't done the basic training yet for any other class. Need a long stop alley. What is this? I don't know what this is. That part of this quest we're on, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is. So I can do it for heals. Okay. Let's try throwing one of these big heals on him and see what happens. So he's got a magic barrier nullifying damage on him right now. Galvanize. Does it last until he takes damage, or does it fade, I wonder? Okay, it disappeared. Hmm. What, Galvanize is my main heal? I can see the little yellow part of the bar there that was probably the little barrier that they gave. Yeah, you can see it right there, a little yellow. I wish I could resize the party window in a way that, like, the one thing I don't like about the UI is that the party window is not really customizable enough. I don't think. Like, I can make it bigger, but then it just enlarges the whole thing. I would prefer to just have these resize it. Like if you look at World of Warcraft's raid windows or just party window, it's perfect. The way you can stretch the bars left, right. You can show or hide cast bars. You can stretch the bars up or down. And I like how it's. I wish I could customize this a little bit more. Like if I go into HUD layout and I go into the party window here, even if I just knock it up to like 80%, then it becomes quite a bit bigger. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's almost too big at this. It's okay, I guess, but you can see the buffs start to go across and they start to get a little bit in the way almost. Spam galvanize and allow your fairy deal to tank. You really want to keep the shield portion up? Okay, cool. Good tips, man. Thanks. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead. Because I have my other stuff over here, let's just move this like that. We'll leave it to this size for now. It's a little big. I don't really like it that big. Yeah, especially the YOLOing. Yeah, I gotcha. So far, I haven't had anybody like that. Got a lot of toxins. Let's see if I can remove these. Yeah, it looks like I can. See that? I can remove these toxins. So having this bigger window does make it easier to identify the debuffs. Because I do have an ability here that this Asuna. which cleanses negative effects off the tank. Main regen ability at 6K, then on CD. Well, yeah, I'm using the. You talking about this one here, the lucid dreaming? Yeah, I pop lucid dreaming all the time because it reduces my threat and it regens all my MP. So it's really cool. Ooh. Yeah, see, now I'm clicking this window when I don't want to, which is kind of annoying me because it's too big. So we're gonna reduce it again. And save. Get out of this corner here. Yeah, lucid dreaming, you can pretty much. It's on such a short cooldown. Oh, you can nullify mechanics with the barriers? That'd be cool. Yeah, it's good for res. Yeah, I use it. I even use it for DPS, even to pop in some of these ruins. Sometimes I'll use it for that just if I get bored. I might have got an upgrade here for once. Yeah, I like so far the scholar's my favorite. Oops, I'm getting lost here. In the wrong direction. So this is an arc. Oh wait, yeah, this is an arcanist here. I was trying to figure out what this guy was doing. Brave Flux Altox. I'd really love to see him come out with a new Final Fantasy, like a new MMO, like so they could really update the game engine and really improve upon the combat. If they did that, this game could be really something special. If they updated the game engine, updated the graphics, and updated the combat, this game would be really good. Can't move. Finally, I can move. Jeez. He did it to me again. He put me in this damn bubble. I'm gonna take a lot of damage here. Yeah, maybe not. Thanks, Brittany. Yeah, level 34. Level 34, and there's a new class job quest available to me now. Oh. Yeah, redoing the MSQ definitely is going to suck. Why did you switch data centers? You don't like the data center you're on? Or that you were on, I guess? Got too busy? Oh, that's not bad, though. Queue's not going to bother me unless it gets over like 1,000, probably. If I have to wait in queue for more than 10 minutes, then I'll think about it. But yeah, my queue for me is usually around 50 to 60 when I get on. Usually. Mm. I don't know, I haven't seen that. I mean, I keep seeing all these videos saying how crowded the servers are, but dude, I can go to almost any data center and create characters, you know? Like, even on Asmongold's server, I was able to jump over there and it would let me create a character, so I don't know. But they are definitely full. Servers are definitely busy. Hmm. Wow. Yeah, but really, to have to start all over, man, I just wouldn't want to do it. The queue would have to literally be longer than an hour for me to want to actually completely like go to a different data center. It'd have to be pretty long. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're going to be making changes, adding more servers and stuff. So, you might as well stick it out on the server you're on. I guess if it's really bad, but they're going to be adding, upgrading the hardware. It may take a while though, from what I heard. But I'm not really worried about it. Like I said, once Elyon comes out, I'm gonna be playing a lot of Elyon, so I won't be, you know, I won't be in this game as much, once Elyon comes out. So looks like that's a pretty big upgrade. This is also an upgrade. I already possess one of that unique item. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Elyon. I'm gonna be playing the Warlord like crazy. I'm doing a lot of Warlord. Warlord's really fun. All right, so it said I have. Let's take a look. I might have some gear upgrades. It looks like. Yeah, you can see we have quite a few actually. Okay, so go ahead and upgrade that. We're level 35. I'm not running to the end. I don't think I'll ever quit playing MMOs as long as they keep coming out with MMOs and and keep improving them. I think we're just in a rut right now where there's too many companies that are making MMOs that are just not very good, to be honest. You know what I mean? I'm pretty casual too. I know what you mean. I'm pretty casual, but I'm gonna get into Elyon and try to be a little bit more hardcore. Not like crazy hardcore, but try to get in there and see if I can do something with it. What did I sell all my items already? Okay, so these are the things I've sold so far. So I guess she's not selling while I'm talking to her. Is that what they're trying to tell me? Um, oh, hey, 8,000. Got eh, odd. Yeah, sorry, that's just really ugly. Oh man, I ain't gonna make any money on that sale. What's this? The Doctor's Harness. This one's really cool. I won't sell this one, but I'm curious what. I bet it would sell for pretty good. Yeah, 4,500. So we're up to 11. Okay, cool. All right, so you were saying to do. Let's see if we can do. Um, Guild Heist basic training. Uh, Says I need to repair my durability. Ooh. I'm not even sure what I'm doing in here. What this is. Whoa. Oh, what do I get? I got some sort of reward. Yeah, I need to repair my gear. There's a mender. I think it's yeah over here. Battlecraft supplier. The supplier might actually mend. Hey, what's up, Saron? under the armor. These guild heists are hilarious. They're like, takes 5 seconds to get these rewards. Get Gil, like, yeah. Hmm. Selling 10 items. Just spam run through them. So maybe I should run it. Let's see. Let's withdraw. Scholar. Ooh. Arcanist. It looks like I'm pretty much got these all upgraded. Yeah, the summoner one I need to grab. Let's try doing this one. These are locked for some reason. I don't even... Yeah, I can't do anything with this class. What level am I? I'm level... So my Conjurer is only level 9. Yeah, I'll grab the summoner job. Is it... How do I grab the summoner when I get... Is it another quest? Okay. Oh, it's Anixia. We're taking on Anixia. Oh. Ah. All right, I got to get to something to drink, guys. I will be right back. Anyways, I think I'm going to get to bed, but I wanted to talk about uh, Elyon.
What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be talking about Elyon, a brand new MMORPG that just came out into the West, or is about to come out to the West in beta testing. This game's been out in Korea for about 4 months. Fortunately for me, I can speak Korean. I live in Korea. I've been talking to some Korean friends. I've been streaming it, and I've been able to find out a lot of the information that I know you guys are looking for. We're going to be talking about what to expect in this game, what it's like, end game, what you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis, the pay-to-win mechanics, how Koreans actually feel about this game, what's been going on with the game in Korea since it's been released, and what we can expect to happen in the West. This and really summarize it very.
This guy does a really good job of talking about Elyon, and he covers pretty much the game, like what you're going to see for all the content the game has. The game has a ton of content, so just check this out.
Basically, okay, it's a theme park action MMORPG. So this is nothing. This is not a game that's going to revolutionize the MMO industry or anything like that, but it is a theme park game that has a lot of content, and this is a PvP focus.
No, this. Okay. No, Elyon is. Hold on a second. Stupid Final Fantasy video always starts if you stay at the launch screen for more than a few minutes. So Elyon is, and actually, if you take a look too at my channel, I actually played in the first CBT. Uh, I was in the closed beta test 1, which was 3 months ago, and so here's what the combat looks like. Like you can see me playing right here on the class that I really like, which is the Warlord. I also played a caster class, which I think was called a, I can't remember what it's called. It wasn't an Oracle, but it was like a caster. And yeah, it's made by the same people that made Terra, but it's not. It's it's a good game if you like PvP. If you like the Asian RNG type of weapon upgrade system, like you see in Black Desert or like you see in some other Asian games, Ion, you're gonna be dealing with some of that RNG mechanics, which kind of sucks. But what's cool is there's a lot of ways to customize your build. Um, and this guy that I'm, he kind of talks and stutters and stammers a lot, but he covers it really good in this video. But if you take a look, you can see it's a slower. He says it's like a. He's like, oh, it's like a slower type combat than BDO. Well, BDO is pretty fast. Like BDO's, in my opinion, too fast. It's a lot of spinning and flying around, and I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I like BDO combat. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very fun. But for PvP, BDO combat can be a little bit annoying, because, and he talks about that in his video. I always found that high end PvP and BDO, unless you're a player who played from the beginning of the game or really like played it a lot and really dueled a lot and understood all of the classes, just like any PvP game really. But in BDO, it's all about getting a stun. You get that stun, and you can like almost like basically one shot people in stun rotations. Very difficult against a really good player. I mean, I like for example, I went up against a sorcerer, and I was a sorcerer, and I was just like farming some mobs, and a sorcerer came up to me, stunned me, and I never got even one attack. Like when she came up behind me when I was hitting some mobs, she stunned me, went into a stun rotation. Before I was out of the stun, I was dead. And that's very common in BDO. That's not going to happen in Elyon. You're not just going to get stunned for the duration and get one shot. That really won't happen. Not unless they're like way higher level than you, obviously. But if you're the same level, it's going to be a little bit easier to deal with because there's not going to be as much CC and stun. Um, yeah, I don't. Is that true? Yeah, I don't really understand how they do why they do the RNG. But if you just look at the combat, it's very impactful. Notice how the sound of my shield hitting the enemy. I mean, you really hear it, right? Got very good impactful combat. What's really cool is there's all these skills that you have, and just like in Terra, like it takes a lot from Terra, which doesn't surprise me because it's made by Bluehole Studios, I think, or Enmase. Why I can't remember if it's Bluehole Studios or Enmase. Post by Cacao, but who was the one who really built the? Was it Bluehole or Enmase? It's really Bluehole. Enmase was the one who published it, right? Bluehole's the one who made it, but Enmase published it, I think. Anyways, Bluehole's the one who came up with the combat system. Yeah, Enmase is dead now. Yeah, I know. But Bluehole, like you'll see, like in Terra, there were different abilities that you could kind of warp into different versions of those abilities. In this game, they take it even further than that. So you may have one skill that you can spec into 3 different other skills. You just have to pick which one you want to do. So you may have one skill where you spin this big hammer in a circle. and it may change. You may say, well, I want to put talents into this skill, and instead of it spinning in a circle, maybe you dive forward with a slam. I mean, it completely changes the ability, and there's multiple ones, multiple versions of that ability. So ability A may morph into ability B, C, or D based on what you pick. So, and that's very common amongst all of your abilities. So you have a very, very high degree of customization. I wonder if I even have a screenshot of this talent of the windows open. But once I get into closed beta 2, I'll go through all this in detail. Um, so here's here's an example of Swift Strike, which is an ability that you have, and if you put more skill points into Swift Strike, it can change. You get 8 skill points in, and I can't remember how these points get assigned, but 8 points you're going to get to this part of the skill, and 15 points this, 25, it unlocks here, and 35, so you can unlock these different things. And I don't remember how you unlock them, but it'll morph this skill into do different things. Shield bash, earth crack, breakthrough. Um, it's really customizable, and it's just one way to customize. You can also customize your gear, and there's also different kind of gems and crystals. So there's really like 3 different ways you can customize. It's pretty crazy. So
Focused game. There are PvE elements to it. There is PvE, but it is a PvP focused game. So there's a lot of PvP content in it. Um, as far as a comparison to BDO, if you're coming from BDO, because I know a lot of my viewers and my followers are, think of like, I don't want to say WoW, but WoW is a theme park, so something an MMORPG that's structured more like WoW, okay, but with action combat. But the action combat is kind of different to BDO, but it is action combat. I've heard it's a lot closer to Terra, okay, but there is a lot of content, and there's more PVE content in this game than there is in Black Desert Online. Now, to go over a little bit of that content, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this up right here. This is a simple ranking system here. This is going to this can kind of give you a decent visual on some of the features that they have. As you can see, they have ranked arenas 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, Honor 3v3, Burning Temple, and some of these other arena PvP instances. You have your Battlegrounds, Battlefield, and then you also have competitive ranked PvE dungeons as well. These are timed dungeons, so I guess you can kind of think of it as Mythic Plus. It is not Mythic Plus though, okay? But there is competitive PvE, which I think is really cool. You even have fishing, housing that also has leaderboards. Just so you know, I'm not going to go too much into like everything that this game has to feature. I'm sure there's other videos out there that provide that information. Just know that there is a lot. Okay, so guild versus guild wars, open world PvP, faction versus faction, siege. You know, like a lot of the progression that you're going to do end game, you're going to be in contested zones. So, you know, back in the WoW days, you know, where you're questing or progressing or doing whatever in contested zones, you will have open world PvP, things like that, rated arenas, anything that has rankings, you also get rewards for. I think every week you get a reward if you're on the ranking list, etc., etc. So there's just a lot of content, and that kind of leads to some of the problems that happen later on, which we'll get to later in the video. But just to kind of give you a brief overview of some of the stuff that's in the game, here you go. What I do want to talk about next, though, is the combat. Okay, now the combat is a big thing because me personally, I'm a BDO player. Action combat is a big thing. Now, what can you expect from the combat system of this game? Okay, well, it is action combat. I personally have not played Terra. I hear it's a lot like Terra. If you're a BDO player like I am, you're gonna feel at home with the fact that it's action combat. Like I'm aiming right here. You know, I'm doing my right mouse button, left mouse button. However, the difference is, unlike BDO, where you have all these different skills set to certain keybinds. It is your typical hotbar. Okay, you set your skills on the hotbar, and you have just a lot of different skills that you get throughout progressing. But it is your typical hotbar. Okay, and you have just a lot of different skills that you get throughout progressing. But if we're talking about the combat system specifically, okay, this is not a this is what I would consider this a slower pace action combat. Take that as you will. Some people don't like that. Some people do like that. Okay, but if I were to give you a non-biased opinion, not a non-biased opinion, non-biased, if I were to go over this as a non-biased person, okay, the combat system with this, you're animation locked with every skill you use. Okay, so as you can see here, if I'm using this skill, I'm at animation locked. I can't move until that animation is finished. That little dash you see right there, I cannot move out of it. I can't redirect it in a certain way. If you play BDO, you use solar flare, or not solar flare. If you use forward F on warrior, whatever it may be, like you can if you use your flash step with striker, you can move, you can kind of maneuver around. You cannot do that. Okay, see, I cannot do that. I'm locked into that animation, and these animations are very slow. Look how slow this is. Okay, look how slow this is. It's very slow. So it will feel clunkier. It will feel a little bit slower if you're coming from BDO. However, personally, I haven't had too much of an issue with this because it feels like it's deliberately made that way. Personally, now I do have friends that don't really like it, and they really think that this should be changed. But to kind of go further into it, I feel like this is something that they've done deliberately. There are
I'm sorry, I had my mic muted the whole time, and you guys aren't paying attention anyway, so you didn't say anything. But what I was saying is, he's talking about, he's like, well, your animation locked, and you can't, well, it's not true. You can dodge roll out of any of these animations. So you are animation locked, but you can easily dodge roll out of these animations, and he's going to go over that.
skill add-ons that you can there in this game. With these skills, you can add certain effects to them, and some of the effects that you can add to certain skills is you can.
And what I was saying is, he's saying it feels slow. A lot of his friends say the combat feels slow, but he's comparing it to BDO. And BDO is like the fastest combat of almost any MMO. And I've played over 30 MMOs at least, probably 40. I've played all the major MMOs, and BDO without a doubt has the fastest combat. I mean, it's the quickest. You're moving around very fast. Too fast in my opinion. I don't really care for it that much. I think it's fun combat, but for PvP, it's a little bit, eh. It's a little bit fast. Um, it's not too fast really, but it's just, it takes some getting used to. And but anyways, when this comes out, like I said, it's going to be out in 8 days. The CB22, the closed beta test 2. So if you guys want to play it, you should check it out. You'll pay $30, get the game, pre-order the game for $30, and you can go ahead and play in the closed beta here in 8 days. And of course, the release is in September. It's like 7 weeks from now. So.
Give yourself the ability to maneuver. So, for example, this skill right here, I can't move, but if I add something to it, I can move around while using it. Okay, so there is a little bit of flexibility that comes in.
Yeah, but if you're interested, I would definitely check this guy here, Kanan. He's got some really nice videos. I've watched a couple of them now. He's got some good ones on Elyon. And the other video, this video is really good. Which is some Asian guy did this video, this Elyon Tanker King. He does a really nice beginner's warlord grinding guy, which is actually super useful. Anyways, I'm going to get to bed. I hope you guys are having a good time, blah, blah, blah. Hope you guys are having a good night. But yeah, when this game comes out, when Elyon comes out, I mean, basically, I think the closed beta test is, unfortunately, I don't think it's very long, which kind of sucks. I think it's only like a few days. I think it's on the Discord. I hate it when companies have like beta tests that last like 2 days or 3 days. Because to me, that's just not enough, Okay, so we've got some more notifications here. They're giving away CBT2 keys, which I don't need one because I've already pre-ordered the game. Okay, we'll start on the August. It says we can read all about. Okay, here we go. So, you can go ahead and register. You can go ahead and register for a free beta key if you want. I mean, you can apply for a beta key here, and you may get one, but you're gonna have to create an account on the website here. The client pre-download starts on the 16th, which is 2 days before the applicant selection. So I'll be able to download it in Steam on the 16th, and it starts on the 18th and it ends on the 23rd. Oh, actually, that's a little bit longer. So it starts on next Wednesday, and it goes all the way to Monday. So that's not bad. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good 6 days. That's actually good. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing a lot of that. And so the 23rd, and then of course the game releases I think on the about 1 month from then. So then you'll be able to play about 5 days, 6 days, and then there'll be 4 weeks, and then the game will come out. So you're going to be seeing me doing a lot of Elyon. I will be playing Final Fantasy not as much. I just enjoy the combat in Elyon way more than I enjoy Final Fantasy. But Final Fantasy is just such a different game. But look at this. Look at the shield defense that the Warlord has. It's pretty cool. But you can feel the impactfulness of your attacks. And something I really love in combat is being able to feel that I'm actually hitting something, and it sounds like I'm hitting something. And I listen to this. But that's a pretty big impact. I mean, I knocked that guy right on his butt. All right, guys, I'm off to bed, man. Have a good one. Peace out.